It's just.
I was going to ask y'all.
Everyone predicted this.
I was going to ask y'all real quick. Like, if you if you do get the number one pick, you're gonna go McCaffrey. There's really no questioning that. And then, who are you looking to target when the draft comes back?
Well, I actually did a mock from number 1 today, and What's up, Packers? We are back. We are wrapping up our Fantasy and Chill 101. We finally made it to the end. We have been counting down the top 101 fantasy football players for the 2020 season. And can I get a drum roll, please? Coming in at number 1. That's the weakest fucking. There we go. A little better.
Ever.
Number 1,
Dak Prescott.
your undisputed champion of last year, the number 1 ranked player, running back for your Carolina Panthers. Right here, baby, Christian McCaffrey. He is our number 1 ranked running back. Last year he finished as number 1 ranked running back, number 1 overall. He had 287 carries for 1,387 yards and 15 touchdowns to go along with, brace yourself for these receiving stats, 116 catches, 1,005 yards, and 4 more receiving touchdowns. He scored 429.2 fantasy points, an average of 26.8 points per game. Just a ridiculous season out of Christian McCaffrey last year. Put that in perspective of where running back number 2, Derrick Henry, finished. Just 156 points behind him. You know, just an easy little gap there. He had 93% of the snaps last year, 80% of the Panthers' carries, 23% of their targets as a running back. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it.
That's with Kyle Allen.
Yeah, like this is they were a bad team last year, but they were bad. But they gave Christian McCaffrey every touch. That's why he's a great fantasy player. But we know things are changing a little bit in Carolina. They have a new head coach. Riverboat Ron is out of there. In comes Matt Rhule from Baylor. They've got Teddy Bridgewater as the new quarterback. Like
Joe Brady, offensive coordinator, LSU.
Right. So I expect things will be a little different, but you don't no matter how different it is, you still focus the offense on Christian McCaffrey. So I'm not too worried about the offense changing. Now, will he get over 400 touches and 1,000 receiving yards and all that like he did last year? I don't know. But he's still going to have a ridiculous output this year.
Yes.
Wait, your famous quote.
What's my famous quote?
How do you feel about
Christian McCaffrey? I like Chris McCaffrey.
Are y'all done?
Maybe Britt doesn't like him. I don't know. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, if you were lucky enough to have Christian McCaffrey last year, you probably had a 100% chance of winning your league. Like,
shots fired.
Maybe 99.9.
But if you had Christian McCaffrey and Lamar Jackson, there's no way you lost your league.
There's no way you lost.
Let's focus more of the attention on the fact that I had the number 2 pick. And Kamara was pretty much consensus number 2, and I made the right call. Okay, on draft day. Now, Beers might have contributed to that call too, like Britt mentioned last year, because I was 100% going to go Kamara until it was my turn, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go McCaffrey.
Okay, well, what swayed you besides the Beers?
I really don't know. I literally remember sitting there on the couch, and it was my turn, and I was
but
just
you had
looking
to
at
have
my
something.
pick.
Like, what was going through your mind? Like, you're like, okay, he's going to have catches. I believe in Carolina this year. Like, it had to be something.
What are you trying to get me to say, Britt?
No. I'm just like, sometimes in the draft, like, I'm just like last year when I went James Conner, I'm like, oh, I want Juju, get that Steelers stack. Like, and I was drunk and Big Ben got hurt, but still bad decision.
I literally think I had them as a toss-up like most people had last year, and I chose the right guy. I thought Christian McCaffrey would be the more exciting pick to just be a guy to root for. Just like
White Hope. I get it.
He's a white running back. Like who doesn't love that?
Who would have ever thought a white running back would have been the number 1 overall player? Like, that's insane.
Let's
told me that 10 years ago. I know,
let's
but
change the subject.
High. Will there ever be another one?
What do you think, man?
Yeah, so you got Teddy Bridgewater coming in.
Okay, I do love that because I think Bridgewater is a check down machine. He's going to
Absolutely.
be. I mean, and you have some weapons. Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore are pretty damn good. And that coach coming from Baylor, what's his name? Rule?
Matt Rhule.
Matt Rhule? I'm not too familiar with Baylor, but I mean, if you win at Baylor, you can win just about anywhere. So
I think it has more to do with Joe Brady, though. Him coming in from LSU. Like, remember LSU 2 years ago? Yeah, he was also in New Orleans, too, yeah. Some analyst there. But, oh, shit. But, yeah, he basically reinvented the LSU offense. Like, CEH had 50-plus receptions last year. Their offense might have been one of the best in the country. And now
it was. That's not a bold statement. Yes.
Yeah, but compared to 2 years ago, LSU, so him coming in, I think is going to be like people that are worried that McCaffrey might fall off due to a new offense. I just wouldn't be worried about it.
No, I wouldn't either. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is his health, and I mean, he's never been hurt, so.
Yeah. He's played every single game.
Yeah, what does that even mean? He's literally never been hurt.
It's hard to nitpick him.
The whole 400 touches, like when you get that worries me a little bit, but I'm still taking him over Barkley.
Was that you, Matt, that brought up for Michael Thomas, Teddy Bridgewater's depth of target?
Yeah, he was bottom 4 in the league.
Yeah, so
and I want to mentioning that.
Literally, I can throw about Teddy Bridgewater's depth target.
Yeah, well, it's not. Moving on. When Alvin Kamara was out, so Latavius Murray was a starting running back in New Orleans. We don't think of Latavius Murray as a receiving back, do we?
No,
not really. He had 6 and 12. He had 6 and 12 targets in those 2 games with Teddy Bridgewater behind center and Alvin Kamara out. Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater's gonna be throwing the ball a ton.
Look,
to McCaffrey.
To McCaffrey. I don't think we're saying we love Bridgewater, but damn it, he's better than Kyle Allen. No, I know, but he's better than Kyle Allen. And with what McCaffrey was able to do last year, I don't think he's going to get near that high as fantasy points go, but I think he's still going to be a top 5 lock at a running back at the end of the year.
Yeah. You know what's going to fuck people, though? Is that people don't like taking the easy picks. Like, people like to predict who's going to get number 1. And they might, like you were saying last video, they might get a couple beers in them. Be like, oh, you know what? I think Alvin Kamara, I really believe in him. I'm a Saints fan.
No, that's more than a couple beers.
That is, but there is going to be some guy that takes. You said that you watched that one video, CH going number 1.
Yeah.
They said people like to predict. They don't want to take the safe picks. Christian McCaffrey might be the safest pick in the league.
1. Zeke doesn't make me as mad as anyone else either. Like Saquon, okay, I get it. Like that's comparable. Zeke, all right, you might be a Cowboys fan, and then after that, you're just an idiot.
Yeah. You have 3 options at number 1, and McCaffrey
is the safest. You want to take him.
The only thing I don't like, can we go back real quick and look at what last year? Who was the number 1? No doubt, Saquon, right? And he got hurt. The year before that, it was David Johnson, right? No, it was Todd Gurley.
It was Gurley.
Okay, Gurley actually performed up to it. When was David Johnson? Was that 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, David Johnson was a lock, and I think Derek in our league drafted him, and he broke his hand the first game. I don't know. Maybe there's something to be said for a little bit of a curse, but I doubt it. McCaffrey's number 1. I wouldn't even fret.
Well, people are worried too that running backs never finish number 1 back-to-back seasons. Like, okay, if McCaffrey finishes number 2 and you draft him number 1, are you disappointed in that? Like, Todd Gurley's done it before. Pat, was it 2017, 2018? You're not going to be mad if he finishes number 2.
Yeah, did someone take Bell ahead of Gurley that one year? Or Gurley was unanimous number 1, wasn't he? The holdout year for Bell?
Yeah, he went Sam. 1. Blake took him 1, and Sam had him took Bell at number 2.
Okay.
Right up there.
Double checking.
Yeah. All right, so there's not much you can say about him. At least with Barkley, you kind of make the argument would you take him with McCaffrey? McCaffrey is the undisputed number 1. There's not really much of an argument. If you see 100 mock drafts from all these different experts, 95 of them are taking McCaffrey number 1. There'll be a few guys that take Barkley to be different, but McCaffrey is your number 1 pick. If you have number 1, take him. You won't regret it. He's going to go out there.
What sucks about these last 3 videos? It's like there was no cliffhanger or.
Well, that's what I was.
We felt like we're at the end of a series, but it's just.
I was going to ask y'all.
Everyone predicted this.
I was going to ask y'all real quick, like if you if you do get the number 1 pick, you're gonna go McCaffrey. There's really no questioning that. And then, who are you looking to target when the draft comes back?
Well, I actually did a mock from number 1 today, and Lamar hadn't gone yet, so I had to take Lamar because I made that bet.
You did. You have a vow.
If I get the number 1 pick and take McCaffrey and Lamar's still there at 20, I have to take Lamar. I'm contractually bound to do it. So I did that.
Contractually obligated.
And then I went Aaron Jones with 21.
That's who I like too. Aaron Jones is still there, and yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that either.
So like Aaron Jones is the running back that's usually around there, and then like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Okay, I was just seeing who y'all were kind of targeting there.
I think you have to. So you're gonna go McCaffrey 1. I think you have to get a running back at that next turn though on one of those picks.
You do.
The fall off, because you're not gonna get another running back till the end of the 4th. They're all gone by then. Yeah. Don't wait. Yes. If you have number 1 pick, make sure you have 2 running backs by your 3rd pick.
If you have a hard on for Kelsey or Kittle, you can get them there too. But like Keller's saying, you better get another running back. Do not go Lamar Jackson, Kelsey. You will fuck yourself. Like I don't care if you have the number 1 at 3 positions. You're still not going to have the depth to win.
Ask Brian. Because you can. Well, I did have the depth to win.
I was just joking, but yeah.
But you can hold off on wide receiver this year. We talked about it so much. Wide receiver is so deep. You can wait till rounds 5 and 6 to grab your receivers. You cannot wait that long to grab a second running back. So you have to have a running back 2 by your 3rd round.
And I'll end it with this. This guy I was listening to said he was in a pro league, expert league. It went 8 straight running backs. So at number 9, he took Michael Thomas because that's who he had rated. And then it went on the turn, it went 2 running backs. And I guess he had Tyreek Hill rated there. So he went Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill. And then it literally went running backs to finish out the 2nd round. And I think he was looking at like Jonathan Taylor as his RB1, which is a little scary.
But don't do it. So it's been fun. This has been about a 4 or 5 month thing we've been doing. It was nice to just get a consistent just
schedule.
I was going to say a rundown of every player, basically. We basically have a rundown and a profile of every player that's going to be drafted in the first 10 rounds of your fantasy draft.
We're still going to do videos, too.
Yeah, we're still going to be putting out videos. We know this weekend is like National Draft Weekend. We have our draft on Sunday, all right, but we'll still be putting out videos. And next week, look for a Week 1 preview video that we'll be putting out. All right, get you ready for that Week 1. But like I said, it's been fun. Britt's got his victory cigar.
Hey, it's been a wild ride, boys. We have done it, though.
We did it.
Thanks, everyone, for 300 subs, too.
Yeah, we hit 300 subs today, which is awesome. Keep subscribing. Keep watching. Instagram, Twitter. Once we start putting out some regular actual podcast episodes, those will still be up on Apple Podcasts, right?
We will put those up, yes.
All right, so one more time, signing off. Christian McCaffrey, our number 1 ranked running back. Number 1 overall. We out.
All right. We out.
Salute.